here from all over. We have programs here on the table, and we're really excited to have all our programs partners from Greenland, from from Kamchatka, and we also have our Inupiaq elders from Inupiaq, and who's Mount. Can you hear me okay? There we go. So we'll go ahead and start our program. And we'll go ahead and introduce Miss Anuska Nanalu and her daughter Sasa Peterson. Wave. There we go. And then we also have Dora Andrew Erkey, who's going to be able to start off with storytelling through storytelling.
My late father once said at a gathering, when we come together where there are many different people, you must arrive with a story to tell. So Mrs. Nana is going to tell a short traditional story.
That region. Part of our funds are the Bristol Bay Curriculum Project that has been funded, but this is a National Science Foundation grant-funded meeting that we have here at Fairbanks. And so all week we're going to be meeting at Sophie Station, and we talk about many things about different parts of their lives on their Indigenous knowledge that they share, and they talk about how they make mukluks. They talk about how they make their atiklooks, their kuspaks. That's on the women's side, but even on the men's side, they talk about how they make their snowshoes and how they make their fish nets, and also navigation. That is a big part of the lives of everyone here in Alaska, as well as in other parts. We're seeing some of the information that when the elders share, they see similarities in other countries, as we do have our Yap partners, Cal and Ali. So they're going to share a little bit about their chants. So,
our stories that we tell using the story knife, different stories are told. We have the legends, the oliraks, and we have the anumsaks, the stories that are told and usually are true. Mrs. Nanaluk's story is a anumsak, and we also have how to teach, how to make something type stories. So she's going to tell a real story.
What she said was there were 4 people that came from the Kuskokwim area, 2 couples, and they recognized people by their traditional clothing that these people are wearing, their mukluks, and that's what we talked about today.
at kulungan bang sa kulungan. Rồi đang at pinigit ng rain, ano pang kasi nilog kita ito tayo. Rồi damak pati nilog ito. At binurap ito, makaputang kayo. Inakinig tayo. At kusumita.
Anyway, they recognize people by their traditional clothing, and these people came and had no place to go to when they came to this village. A young girl went inside to tell about these strangers that came with kaspa. Oh, with their parkas and their maklaks. And an old man in the basket came and told them to come to the basket.
Rồi lúc bà chúng ta đi thăm say thăm xin đi là đi cho nãy tình ilang celebrate on nung na. So ilang nalalutuin at kung kamatay.
Oh, I forgot to mention that. When they looked at their traditional clothing, they found out that they were relatives. They looked at their maklaks and found out that they were related from that way.
Sabay joy, kamatay kung kamali, tidak tidak aali at kung kamatay kung at nagdagdagan.
Today you can tell by their designs on the parkas, maklaks, like those headdress. You can tell that you're related to them. You know how we have last names? My married last name is Peterson. She's my mother. Just as you have last names, then you can tell that you're a Peterson or another by the designs. You can tell that, Amy is related to someone from there. Yeah. And that this is
important for the women to learn because that was the way they were able to pass their knowledge from mother to daughter, from aunts to nieces, and it became a way of being able to tell stories so they always remember their own experiences and learn from them. So next we have Evelyn Eva Yanez, and she's originally from Tobia.
I'm from Tobia. Yeah. Dulu kaya kami bunga, dulu kaya kami ang liwasan ni hindi ni dapat makakapili ka dulu ng ni tayo pakalukuan ito. At
Evelyn said she's from Inupiaq, and as she was growing up as a little girl, whenever they had all their daily chores done in the evening, her mother would invite Annie Blue.
Annie Blue, it happened when it only left over living room to doors, and it looked only ang lani to toy to never to school of body, school of the body, school of lati. Ya boy to the palam jail and in holy life.
Evelyn said when Annie Blue arrived at her home, they didn't have electricity, but they had candles. So by candlelight, Annie Blue would tell these beautiful traditional legends. And the next day, little Evelyn, going to school, would go out during recess and retell some of the stories she heard from Annie Blue, using the mud on the ground, because that was the traditional way of telling stories.
Kitchen mama spoon have her up in there.
Evelyn just went back to Inupiaq to put up some fish, salmon, and when she went back, she discovered that she had her old story knife when she was little. Her father had kept it, so she brought it back and now she's using it.
And if you only let go, dulu karu only anglani lao takan nijuk newa nuta only na joy. Snapun ayak cara ini dulu karu maknu madu niuna snap. At kasi nino ni Magaya maknu kopil. Bukan magdam pero magayali bilri.
Evelyn said when Annie Blue told stories, some of her favorite stories were to tell legends about ravens. And so this is one Evelyn recalls. She said, Annie Blue said, once upon a time, Raven was walking along the beach, and right below the beach, where the tide comes in, were all these sea anemones.
Doya dulu kangut imkuam inakje galam. Usak itu kita kupakat sukian doa sini dulu damat.
Because ravens are mischievous, Raven noticed all these sea anemones, so went up to him, and in our language, a duck is your anus, so in Inupiaq it's really funny. So the raven went up to these ducks, and as he came upon one, he'd kick one, go to the next one, kick it, and go to another one, and kick.
Ay dapat pwede bagus. Itik kapsukit alay. Gaya kapag kagtili dun ang balo nito. Dahil Kita kau balik. Oh, lukuan. Mas, anak anak sudi. Abus dia satu ibu.
She laughed at my translation. But the raven, the mischievous raven, kicking one after the other, came upon this huge big duck. And so he kicked at it, and all of a sudden, as ducks do, it squeezed his leg, and he couldn't get out.
Doi kamu saya yang sigan macam mengaya unik udut kita berkata aku sangat perlu sini dulu. Tik bersenap hai. Tik bersenap hai. Alama carama. Kailan ay panunuliran teknisna dari Kamchatka kama sakpataluki.
And so the raven, being down by the mud where the tide comes in, realizing the tide's going to come in, she said it was this muddy area where the tide comes in. Where in this muddy area was this great big duck that had squeezed its leg. So the duck thought, how can I let this big duck release my leg? So it burst into song. Dig, dig, release me, dig, dig, release me. If you release me, I'll give you one of my uncle's kayaks, the 2 kayaks. And the raven heard the duck reply back, I don't want one of those.
Rồi, anh ấy sao không đi dulu kau Greenlandic kai ada ulam kok itu bagus itu ulang lori dik Greenlandic kai dik Greenlandic kai ala cara ulang ai Rồi học trăm là đá sắc phát cao nước kì hát đi thang của đôi đi đường.
And the raven once again thought, how could I let this big duck release my leg? And came up with a bright idea and saying, dear, let me go. Dear, let me go. If you let me go, I'll give to you one of my uncle's 2 bow and arrows. And the duck replied, I don't want one of those.
Rồi học trăm anh đi xa của đôi đi đường ulang kok kỳ dengan kata jen. Dik Greenlandic kai. Dik Greenlandic kai. Anga cara jan nêu dan ai panis nuruli ram Kapusna dari Kamchatka dama sakmata ruki dari Kamchatka
Yeah. And the raven, noticing that the tide was coming in, before I forgot that it had gone over its ankle, and by now the water was up to its belly button and up to the knee, and the raven burst into song, cried out in song, "Dick, Dick, let me go, Dick, Dick, let me go. If you let me go, I'll give to you one of my uncle's quivers." And the duck said, "I don't want one of those." So I go up. Ulat is the party. Rồi, chụp một ta thì mình đi đòi chụp vui mình dulu kamu aku satu sini dulu chụp vui mình tiệt kesengah hai tiệt kesengah hai agama cakama nulihan aiban dulu leram tetap bersengah, The raven, getting frantic and trying to think, what can I entice the sea anemone with, burst into song because he had the brightest idea. And so he sang as the water went up to the chest level. And so the raven burst into song saying, "Dear, dear, let me go, let me go. If you let me go, I'll give you one of my uncle's 2 wives, the nice fatter one."
Nulis dulu kamu jangan tepat anak dia tepat oleh tulis.
And that duck thought, what a great idea, I want this fat wife. So he released, no, not yet.
Rồi im nulis dia nombor yang đào dulu kamu ang dulu anjim mawati dulu ekwa dulu rồi anh nhập lên này đừng vào sang dulu ni ayah dulu kamu kenal.
We were just told we went over the time limit, but I want to end it. The raven, having been in the water, thought, I want a nice fat lady for the duck thought, I want a nice fat wife. So he released the raven, and the raven took off the egg.
So next we have is Callistus Hakmai, Mr. Callistus Hakmai is from the Federated States of Micronesia. Sorry, I always have to make sure I know where I got the microphone. So we have Callistus their culture is about navigation. They need to be able to know where they're at because they have many islands. And they usually have to be very aware where their oceans are. If they have to move from island to island, they have to know how to navigate. So here we have Mr. Callistus Kamchatka.
Hello. Thank you very much. Let me just briefly introduce our presenters tonight. I'm Callistus and this is Ali. This is Ali here, and he's one of our master navigators. We come from a place in Central Pacific, very small island. So in order to survive on our island, we need to learn how to navigate with stars and the currents, the waves, winds. We don't use any tools on it, just use the stars and the waves in order to navigate. And he's one of the masters that we have in our islands. So in order to travel, we also need something to travel on. And here we have the model of the canoe that we use to travel distances between our islands. And our islands are very small in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, so we have to travel miles to get one island. So tonight we will at least want to chant, sing some one or two chants. The chant is before the navigators sail on their long journeys, they need to sing the chant. The chant is for the good spirits to enlighten them on the journey. So if they encounter storms and big waves, they need to be patient and they're so he's requesting the So, yeah, he needs to be patient, and part of the chant is not protection. Some of the not people might have feelings toward them, so they need to be protected from that. So the check is to ask the doctor to help protect them out on the long journeys. So now I'll give the floor to Ali to start performance.
Assuming that the canoe is near the shore. So the operator is fence close to the shore, where the navigator can just step down and then climb up from the operator. So before the navigator steps on the operator, he has to do enlightenment. That's to enlighten himself before he sails up the Yapese, so that nothing will happen to him and he can just go straight to his destination. So first, this is how we do it. Reaching down in the water, grab the sand, bring up to the chest, and then enlighten you by singing this chant. Rimstone stone, reto wakawaki, rimstone stone, reto wakawaki, Greek isel, drivers, wakeful, sisili wakari, Now that's done. An upgrader will be stepping up from here and then take position over here in the center. The mast is still down, so he will hold the base of the mast and hold this, I'm sorry I'm using a grass in place of the young coconut palm leaves. Then I will hold the base of the mast, and this is to make my canoe go straight to where I want to sail. So I hold the base of the mast and I sing this chant. Then you take the base of the mast. The other one was putting it on his shoulder. Then you move in to make it stand up. Now the mast is standing right. Then you raise the sail. Then you down this way so that you don't get stopped. Then this is the time that you will sing the chant for paying respect to all the people that you want to lead them. The chiefs, navigators, and other people. And you're doing this because you don't know what each of them has in his mind against you. There are some good people and there are some bad. So somebody might do something to you on your way. So then you do the paying of respect, assuming that this is a coconut. One of your crew has to cut it open and then hand it to you. And you stand out in this place here, holding it out, and you say, that's when you walk from here, sit down, do this. This is the right place for the navigator. This is where he usually sits. And he's the one who gets most of the splash from the waves in the river. So he sat down here. Now let's switch this into the shellboard. Now this is where you sit down and you protect yourself from the people. While you're sailing out, you're trying to protect yourself so somebody, if they're trying to do some black magic on you, nothing will happen to you. So then you go to your young coconut leaves and you take this one and then you say, try to speak back the Inupiaq. And I told feel sure that nothing will happen to you in the church. Thank you very much.
Next we have is Miss Maya Lomotseva from Kamchatka. And this is another one of our partners that we are working with, and we're learning about their attire, their clothing, the way they make things. And so we'll turn it over to her translator, Galina White, and this is Maya Lomotseva.
Это песню я пела, песню отца. Она поется лично, и он всегда сравнивал тундру святую с красивой женщиной, которая очень красивая, и он всегда пел про нее, с красивой цветущей женщиной, тундрой.
This was song of your father. It was made from compared to tundra, and this is song of her family. It is from generation to generation. И вот она пела песню про своих родителей, который ведет большой караван. И она пела. Красивая, длинная женщина ведет большой караван. И успокаивает. Чё. This was it was and things some that
Maybe just walk up to the group and speak about the life.
This was a son of her mother who was singing and about beautiful woman who leads her caravan and sings this song like chop, like to calm down because of those animals. And a very beautiful song about a very beautiful woman who leads her caravan and sings to calm down those animals, rangers.
Сейчас я исполнила песню на немецком языке, воспоминания об одном шамане эвенском. Он обычно пел свои старинные песни и мелодии, и про это я спела сегодня. Небольшой обряд как бы приветствия и отгоняла немножко злых дух.
This song was about shaman who tries to fight some evil spirits, and this was like some kind of ritual to fight the evil spirits, and song of a shaman who does this ritual. And Maya Lamovtseva from Russia, Kamchatka, and this is event nationality.
Это был небольшой пьедестал, которого вспоминается tokkal oli viltumassa i pieči toppuvat. This was the last song about event people who were very master in singing and in dancing, and I guess in everything. It was Mila Morozova, Kamchatka, Russian Federation.
The next we'll have is Kachi Egeda Woodsfeld, who comes from New Greenland, and also Hansenara, Sophie Peterson, and they're both from Greenland, and they're also part of our international partners. So I can snack a little dance, and it's Norse to them. I can speak a little Norwegian with them, and they can understand me. We're going to do a drum dance. I'm going to do a drum dance. A short one, and I was planning on having you listen to some drum dance music, but I'm sorry something happened. I bought a CD before I left. There was no CD in it, so I have to go back to Greenland and get that CD, and I won't make it to here. So, but we will have you all sing at the end, just to show you our Greenlandic tradition with singing, because singing has a very big importance for us, and we sing a lot in Greenland, as you probably also do. So, first of all, a drum dance. Because I am learning, I used somebody else's, and the one that I was using is from Thule area, and it shows that they don't move too much. They move with the knees, the legs don't move with the legs and the knees, and they have to keep the knees close to each other. Men move a lot more with their body. And in East Greenland, it's the same that they only move their knees, but in East Greenland, they use their body much more, go like that. Kind of, it reminded me a bit about Maya when she started doing this. A lot of it in East Greenland have these movements. So
So there's definitely similarities to our ways of dancing. Drum dance is back in among the young people now. A lot of it in our culture got lost. And we are working hard on it, so I am working hard on it, I'm learning. So thank you for being my audience to my very first drum dance. We're going to sing together. You will join me in my song. And I want to hear you sing loud. And it's a very, very easy song. Because all you need to say is, ay, 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 ay. That's what you're going to sing. I'm going to do the lead dancing, and it's about a young woman that is young and pretty and is finding her husband came and got her and brought her home, and then she started drinking coffee, and she got a little what's more. So that's what the song is about. So it's a funny song, it's a song that we sing to have joy and happy. Hansina will sing loud when the ayaya comes, so you follow her. Ino sumubit na sa tawama. Ilan sa pangat siya nagsama. Kisa'y si masalang rambo. Inusuntos wa pinagkakiniso. Ako ang nakakita katingkata. Ukiusong nito kitong tigas sa pagod. Ang linguang mo perong ito. Ang itipinigas niya tiging ito. Stingon na si manak daw sa ako. Kisa'y lumamot tigil ka sa paa. Gabi na yung siya daratugo. Asin sila sa buhay siyang mato. Thank you for singing.
Thank you very much, Kachi and Mansanar. Let's give them another round of applause. All right, so why don't we go ahead and after we've got our last performance is the Papa Inupiaq dancers of Fairbanks. That will round up, we'll go ahead and do a presentation. Yes. So, while we go ahead and wait for the dancers, you want we'll go ahead and set some chairs back here for the drummers. And this is only a portion of the dance group. We are the Papa Inupiaq dancers, and we've been dancing in Fairbanks area since 1999. What we did is that we were constantly asked to start an Inupiaq dance group because there was enough Inupiaq people that were living here in Fairbanks. And we ended up going ahead and asking the Athabascan elders if it's okay to start a dance group, and they told us yes, that it's okay, because we wanted to respect that we are in their territory, in their area. So, so you can see there's quite a few drummers, and we're really excited about being able to perform for you guys today. This is also an exciting week. There's also the World Eskimo Indian Olympics that's starting tomorrow night. So we'll go ahead and start off with the song Ea Ea. At this time, we usually joke, this is the only song we know, and we'll dance this for half an hour. Why don't we go ahead and do introductions around the group, and I'll go ahead and start off with a quick introduction.
I go to Greenlandic elementary school. And I'm going to be in 4th grade.
I do not know what they mean. My white fox name is Aaron Topfock. I'm 15 years old. I go to Inupiaq Charter School. My parents are Amy Topfock and John. My new band name is Sikluk. I'm the bad boy. My white fox name is Sean Topcock. I work here at the University of Alaska and Knowledge Center for 2 weeks, and then I've accepted an assistant professorship over at the School of Education, so we're starting there in 2 weeks. My white fox name is Christopher Schroeder. I'm the eldest of 3 brothers. Inupiaq Siditlia, Asikamisenia Mark Ortiz from Utiarik, from Barrow. This is my grandson, Alasura, and he's in the 3rd grade here in Fairbanks.
That means living. I followed my best friend who's not here to the group 14 years ago. My English name is Rebecca Dreyer, and I work for the University of Alaska.
My Inupiaq name is Umela. My English name is Elsie Ekman, and I also work for the university.
My Indian name is Hostess and Long Runner. I'm originally from Oregon, Alaska. I'm both Native American and Superior School. My English name is Tanya Zelka, and I'm a recent graduate from the University of Alaska.
Is my Eskimo name, and it means little girl. And of course, you just heard that Sean, a Sikluk means bad boy, so little girl married bad boy. English name is Amy Topcock, and I'm originally from Cotswold, and my parents are from Shishmaref and Inupiaq. And I'm always happy to perform in native dances with the dance crew. We've known each other for years and years now, so we're really happy to be able to share our dances. So the next song that we'll do is called Bearing Straight Song. As you can see, some of our youth really enjoyed drumming. The next song that we'll do is the Igloo Dance, and this is a popular shared dance among many different Inupiaq communities. And so the motions are that I'm brushing the snow off, and I'm going to be cutting the snow into blocks. And after I do that, I'm going to shape the top part of the igloo. And I'm going to put my snow knife away, and then my strong arm did the job. So the next song that we'll do is a women's dance, and what should we do? The Uber cutting? So the next song that we'll do is the Uber cutting. It means bearded seal in Inupiaq. So this is the seal cutting dance, and it is a shared dance. We've seen both Canadian, Inuit, and Alaskan Inupiaq people have dances.
Oh!
we'll do is actually originally a Yupik song. It's called I Saw the Light, and it was created by the late William Tyson of the Greenland Traditional Dancers. And we know that this song isn't performed anymore by any other dance group. The Greenland Traditional Dancers haven't danced in about 5 or 10 years, so we are glad to go ahead and share this dance. Again, it's a Yupik song that is originally Yupik, but then it's converted to Inupiaq. But Sean used to belong to the Greenland Traditional Dancers, and he asked Mr. Tyson's widow if he can convert it over to Inupiaq style, and she said cool. She's just very happy that it's still being danced and taught. So for our last song, we would like to invite you to join us. It's our invitational song, so that you can get up and let's get some exercise. Join us.